It's Offside with Hawes and McGuire.
Oh, yeah.
You did that very well.
Yeah.
It's
First time.
Hey, this is Offside with Hawes and McGuire. I'm Hawes.
I'm McGuire.
Welcome to our new season. This is the 2023-2024 season.
Correct,
Episode 1.
Numéro 1.
Numéro 1. You know if it's tied?
Right.
C'est
vrai.
Doesn't that sound like
Look at us.
Like a dolphin?
We're a bilingual show now.
Very, very, very. Okay, so been a long summer. A lot of things have happened.
Long summer, brother.
But, you know,
But we decided to come back.
we did. It was more of a court order.
That's true, too. Yeah. Yeah. It's either
It's,
do the show or
Yeah, this is my.
they were
commu-
centering us to Northern
it's my
Ontario.
exactly. It's our community service to each other. Okay, so I want to start. We'll talk about what we did in the summer and updates for our own lives.
Yeah.
Because I know how much the viewers want to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scintillating.
But I want to tell you. So how do you like my sweater?
You know what? I love that. It looks Irish.
It is an Irish sweater.
Yeah.
It's right from Ireland.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm wearing it, and I because I wear this like all winter long.
Is it made in the Aran Islands?
It is actually an Aran. It is
Yeah.
an Aran sweater.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we've got this hockey pool going on.
Yes, we do.
We have the hockey.
This
pool.
is the story of really.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's the biggest thing that's ever happened since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is, and it's sponsored by.
Hosey and Brown Automotive.
Yeah, and the great folks there are sponsoring the most unbelievable prize. Okay, in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Probably.
Well, I've never heard of another hockey pool that has the prize that we have. And by the way, I think that this may possibly air still in time for people to get.
That's right.
entries
It's
in.
gonna. No. So we've extended this so people can get some further things in. We had some glitches. I'll be honest with you. It's not above us to have some technical difficulties.
True.
As you know.
True that.
We have some glitches, but it's so up until this Sunday, the 15th, people can
File an entry.
Put
Put a
their
team in.
Put their team in. There's in order to win the prize, which is a golf trip to Ireland. That's why I'm wearing the sweater.
Yeah.
Okay. To Ireland, you and I, and a bunch of others, because we're going to take a whole bunch of people to Ireland. We got a great trip planned. The winner gets that.
Yeah.
I mean,
to come with us.
And it's a $25, and it's not an entry fee, okay, because you can enter for free.
Right.
But in order to be a part of the prizes, you have to be a patron of the show.
Right.
Right? And so you've got to, basically, it's kind of like you're part of our family.
Yeah.
Right? You're one of us.
Yeah.
You know? Well, like, what if God was one of us? Like a slob, like one of us.
That's great.
That should write a song.
Yeah, that would be good lyric in a song.
So anyway, that's what I'm saying. So this is the Hosey and Brown Offside with Hawes McGuire draft hockey pool. Absolutely, you can
regular season hockey pool.
Regular season hockey pool, and the winner gets a trip to Ireland.
Right, and it's goals, assists, points, plus minus, penalty minute, there's salary cap. It's all automated. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's so much fun to do. If you have, if you're just watching this, checking out our show, you're seeing it on whatever platform you catch these webcasts and downloads and whatnot. I'm telling you right now, this baby, there's no prize like it, Chris.
No,
there's nothing like this.
But it's an experience too. Like, this is the thing that I love the most about this. Okay, and I had something to do with setting it up.
Yeah.
But the whole salary cap.
Yeah, great.
Makes it a whole different thing. And we were talking about this earlier. So I played hockey last night.
Yeah.
And we're in the dressing room, and everyone's a Sens fan because we're in Ottawa, and they're talking about this and that, and it's signing Pinto and this and that. And why don't they do this? And everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
Okay. This puts you in the GM's chair.
Yeah.
And so you got to work with a salary cap, and you got to figure out how you're going to build this team for the results that you want.
Yep.
With a limited amount of funds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're saying, okay, I can't sign Pinto right now.
That's right.
Okay, I gotta send somebody packing.
Yeah.
In order to do that,
Yeah.
I've got, you know what I mean. Okay. Granted, I may have fucked up with signing Tarasenko.
Yeah.
That may have been an error.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, you can move on from that. You have to figure out a way around it.
Yeah.
And it gives you great appreciation for what the GMs and what the teams are dealing with on a regular basis, as opposed to saying, well, why don't they just pay him this, or why don't they just do that? And that's what I think part of the experience is.
Yeah, definitely. I know for me, I've never been in a pool like this. I've done regular season pools before. It's been years since I've done one. When you said that you were going to institute the cap, I had some questions. But then the beauty of it is going through office pools.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They're the best.
Yeah,
and
they are.
I think everybody and their brother goes through there and has that view to set this up. And you did an outstanding job. The parameters will all be. It's all automated.
It's all
You know, but you want to pick your 5 or 6 or 7 A+ guys, and then you see how much money you got left to fill out the rest of your
That's
roster.
right. Yep.
And boy, oh boy, you're very quickly going to be making
you're
some
shuffling.
changes. Yeah,
you're shuffling.
You're
It's like,
going to
okay,
be shuffling, and
you know
then
what?
it does give you an idea of what, to a little extent anyway,
right.
to what an NHL general manager and their staff must go through. But in the case of Pinto here in Ottawa, it's just a debacle beyond all debacles. I mean, that trade. I should say the signing of Tarasenko was 76 days ago. You had that length of time to try and figure out what you were going to do. Obviously, the Josh Norris scenario has put a real crimp in the plans here,
Right.
because his shoulder and or his mind, or a combination of both, have not come around
Well,
successfully
you
enough.
think it's a mind thing?
I think it's more than just physical.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I may be totally out of left field here, but I don't think this is necessarily all just on medical. I think there could be possibly a stumbling block here in that he's reluctant with the previous now 2 scenarios.
Right.
And
So you think he's gun shy?
I think there's an element of that, perhaps. I may be totally wrong. He's saying he's good to go. And, DJ and all the coaching staff are saying we're just waiting for the green light medically. I don't know. Medically sometimes depends on them going to you. It's like when you go to a doctor, how do you feel?
Right.
Right? I mean, so how do you feel? And if you say, well, I still got pain, or I'm worried about, it's all you give one little inclination that things may be off a little bit, and you're not going to get cleared medically.
That's right. Well, because there's so much money involved.
Well,
Right.
well,
Listen.
Well,
if the guy was, I tell you, if this was 1973 and the guy was making $38,000,
yeah, he's
okay,
playing.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
playing.
taking 3 corner zone shots
That's
before
right.
every
And he's
game.
playing,
Probably they're putting him out there
because he needs that paycheck.
He'd need the paycheck.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like, he can sit out a little while. He still gets paid, and the team, they'll survive. Right? I mean,
well, yeah, they should. I mean, they're opening a tough game, place they haven't had much success in Carolina. Then they're coming home for a 5-game homestand. But it doesn't matter. To me, this Ottawa Senator version that I've seen in the preseason is the best I've seen in 20 years. I mean, this is the Ottawa Senators from the early 2000s. Even before.
You think, eh?
Yeah, I really do.
No. So what about?
I really do.
What about the comment that without Norris in the lineup,
Yeah,
they're not making the playoffs?
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally think it's ridiculous. First of all, the Atlantic Division look, the Leafs are going to have a good season. Boston's coming down at least 30 points, probably still obviously a playoff contender. You've got some teams that are still going to be contenders. Tampa, without Vasilevsky, we don't know. You got Buffalo is coming up, sort of. It's like the old analogy I use sometimes when the submarines are at the bottom and they say, let's rise to the top. And it's that Hunt from Red October there, where the 2 submarines are coming up together. That's kind of like Ottawa and Buffalo going up to the surface there together right now. So it's just, to me, the Atlantic Division is there for the taking in terms of making in the top 3. I really think that Ottawa could challenge not only for that, but I think a wild card spot. I think 5 teams out of the Atlantic are.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Now we're
really
not going to
do.
make any predictions right now. We'll make some predictions later. We made some pretty horrific predictions in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we were wrong on everything.
Pretty much every
everything.
single solitary series.
Yeah. So that was that. I mean,
not quite. We got a couple.
We did, get a couple.
but not many. It was a once the Bruins went out. and Florida went on the run. I mean, look, Florida finished 6 points ahead of Ottawa.
Yeah.
They finished 6 points ahead of the Senators. They went to the finals. Their
Right.
goals against were like 1 or 2 goals apart.
Yeah.
In the regular season, over 82 games.
And they both have Kachucks.
And they both have the Chucks.
Yeah.
Who both are
Who's,
great.
by the way, top ranked player in the draft, right? Penalty
Yeah.
minutes, goals,
Yeah,
points.
I mean, he's
you know
on
what
my
I mean?
team. I'm sure he's
Yeah,
on yours.
He's
I
on
mean, I
my-
got both of them.
Yeah, I actually
know.
have both.
Yeah.
I actually have the younger sister.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Probably one of the puck buddies, right?
She's no.
No.
She's
Oh.
going to be playing in the women's hockey league.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the. So
Yeah.
what do you? By the way, what do you think of the new women's professional hockey league?
Well, I'm really excited that Ottawa got a franchise. I don't know enough about it to know that was possibly in the works, that they had a real good shot or not. But I thought, wow, what a fantastic thing. Excuse me, certainly for our area and all the young girls and
Well, and I agree.
in the area here.
My question is this:
The whole league unto
Are
itself.
they going to? Are people going to show up?
I don't know. That's, I mean, look, they can create a niche market and probably garner advertising dollars and get a foothold in some sort of broadcasting capability and whatnot, and people will go to the games and people will watch the games. As long as you don't have to set the bar to obviously where the NHL is, or where you're trying to
Right.
compete against the unbelievable giant that the NFL is, and get in terms of
yeah.
I know I'm not talking about in terms of I'm comparing the league to league. I'm just saying
Right.
you wanna sort of when are you gonna play your games, and when are you anticipating where you can best draw crowds, and you're gonna get family and friends. You're gonna get people who are there to support women's hockey. It's been a growing phenomenon for 3 decades, and continues to be, and continues to go to great lengths and produce phenomenal athletes and role models of all nationalities.
And a lot of hockey knowledge. I mean, one of the things that I was impressed with over the playoffs was the lady. Now my mind again. I have these things where I forget. It's she was on the panel.
Jennifer Botterill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I was impressed with her knowledge. So my wife was reminding me of an anecdote, but my point is I thought that she did a very good job in the playoffs. Maybe you don't agree, but
No, I do.
kinda
I
liked
think
it.
she's fine. Look, it's just the way it is today. You have to have women in the broadcast workforce. They
Right.
have to be there.
But
are they
I-
necessarily the best ones for the job? I mean, look,
Probably not.
The whole thing has changed.
So my question is will the female fans move to supporting the women's hockey and leave the men's league to the men?
I don't think so. I think a lot of them. I think a lot will, but I think a lot won't. I don't think just because it's women's hockey that you're going to see a lot of women who are fans, let's say, of the Ottawa Senators here,
Right.
in this case, or the NHL, their other teams or whatever, that they're necessarily going to gravitate and throw their passion and their interest, or more importantly, maybe their resources,
Right, yeah.
into supporting the Professional Women's Hockey Association, or Hockey League, whatever it's called. I think some will, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, they've created a foothold now. They're there. And so let's use that as a starting block and build on it.
Yeah.
You now have what is there, 6 teams, I think? So, they now have the
Is there
opportunity.
6 or 8?
I don't know.
I think there is. You're right.
But however many there are, there's an opportunity now for these women to, albeit they're not making $1 million, but they can earn money playing the sport. This did not exist just a few short years ago.
No, you're right. No, absolutely.
So take these baby steps and just grow it.
Wow.
Just go from there. You can't
Yeah.
say this is a bad thing. It's a good thing. Are you automatically going to get full houses and advertising coming out the yin yang and rewriting their own CBA and turning around, and their salaries are going to triple in 24 months or something? Probably not.
No.
But it is what it is. I don't watch it. I'll watch some of the international stuff. I mean, it's always the Canadians and Americans, and I'll wait for that game. That's just what I do. Like Chris, the nature of what I do, myself personally, what I have to invest in viewing the National Hockey League, I will watch more games per week than probably anybody you know. And,
I know you.
And you know me, and there's nobody else that you know that probably watches more games than I will on the average week. And that's where I invest my time. Like all other TV viewing for the next 9 months ceases to be for me.
No Outlander?
No Outlander.
Oh,
no.
you got to have the Outlander.
As you'll see when we
well, you know what? This is a good opportunity now.
to plug our other segments.
Well, no, to cut to that segment.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sure.
Let's cut to that segment.
Really like girls. Yeah, I really like girls. I like girls.
Folks, welcome to an exclusive segment we've got going here. A celebration of our love and adoration of women. We like to call puck bunnies. And the first puck bunny, and this is going to show up on your screen here, that we're going to talk about right now, is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, one of the classic, strong female characters.
Yes.
In
That's true. Good point by you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, every woman that we are going to discuss has strong personality, leadership skills. They might be attractive.
Okay.
To me, anyway.
Yeah.
I was one. I chose some of these, but and this is not some cheesy Sun Girl type thing. No offense to the Sun, okay, but we're not looking for skanky, right? We're looking for respectful women. Now, so we put the picture of Wonder Woman, and actually both Wonder Woman. We have Linda Carter, the original and the love of my life, Linda Carter.
Okay.
And then the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. Now the question is
don't
that's
really
her.
remember
She's right
her.
there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one. She's younger and she's got a badass look on her. She's a really tough. Now the question is that
Linda Carter, you mean? Or
no, the Gal Gadot one. That's
yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? I mean, so which Wonder Woman do you like best? And we're asking you too, viewers, to send in and let us know which Wonder Woman you like best.
Well,
Okay.
let me tell you. Well, Linda Carter for sure. I mean, that's the one that's synonymous with my age group growing up when you had the whole thing really starting with the earliest women on TV on shows that you watched, whether it be Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie.
She was the first scantily clad. Is that what you're saying?
Well, actually, she never really was, if you think about
Wonder
it.
Woman- I know she is,
Barbara
yeah, you're
Feldon, Barbara Feldon was Maxwell Smart, Agent 99.
That's right.
But Barbara Eden,
was
had obviously outfits that were probably for
Very
young boys at that time. Definitely had our full attention.
I believe the term titillating.
Yes,
comes to mind.
Yes, that comes to mind as well.
But Wonder
Linda
Woman.
Carter, that was the 1970s.
Right, and so was Wonder Woman.
No, that's my point.
Is it-
Because I Dream of Jeannie was more
The 60s,
1960s.
yeah. Right, you're right, yeah.
And Bewitched.
That's right.
Was my all-time favorite.
You really?
Yeah, Elizabeth Montgomery is my
Really?
all-time. Well, next to Farrah. Farrah's number.
Okay, well,
Farrah's here.
We will get.
and
we
then,
will
yeah.
get. We will get to.
So
Farrah.
Linda Carter,
So,
yeah.
So you're not.
Yeah.
So this is surprising.
She's beautiful.
because she is. Oh, she's stunning, and
Yeah.
still to this day, she's probably close to 80. I don't know how old she is right now, but she is still remarkably beautiful. If you take a look in the top right-hand corner, that's her just a few years ago. In Palm Springs at an event. Now, I'm going to say this, and I've told you this. So I'm in New York, okay, and we're going through the toll on our way to Long Island, going to this golf tournament, right? And the lady at the toll booth leans in and says, "Excuse me, is that Linda Carter?" About my wife. About Kristen. The point is that she thought that my wife looked like Linda Carter, and you know what? I can see the similarity.
Yeah,
certainly,
there's
and certainly when my wife had longer, more flowing hair, and all that stuff. And the lasso of truth. We have a lasso of truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So my
Can't beat a
preference-
good roping, Chris.
That's right.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
So my personal favorite is Linda Carter because not just because of the age and everything like that. I actually like the look, the long, that black hair, but it is a very ivory complexion as well. And you know what? I hadn't put the two together until this lady said this, but it's because my wife, she looks like my wife, or my wife looks like her. I'm not sure, but that's why I like Linda Carter better. But that Gal Gadot gal, I think it's Gal. Is it a Gal Gadot?
I actually don't know, to be honest with you. I never was a huge Wonder Woman. Like, I never really watched the show.
No, but I mean, it's
So-
the movie and it came out. I mean, she's.
I never watched the
She's
movie.
tough. She's kick ass.
I mean, it's not movies that I go to.
well, you don't have to go. You can sit. You sit at home. You watch them.
But I would never watch that movie. I would never watch it.
Okay. Incidentally, she'll be in the next Slapshot remake.
Right.
Then
Okay.
he'll see it.
Oh, now you got my
Then
full
he'll see it,
attention.
yeah. So,
But, no.
so anyways, the point is, so you don't really you prefer Linda Carter.
Well,
as
when I think of Wonder Woman, and I know there was a movie came out a number of years ago. I mean, it just got crushed in terms of like the commentary on it or whatever. It
Really?
said it was. Well, I don't know. That's what I read. It said it was terrible. I don't know. I never watched it.
Oh.
But I mean, to me, Wonder Woman is Linda Carter. There's no doubt
yeah,
about
no,
it.
she
And,
is. She will always
yeah,
be
beautiful,
Linda Carter.
beautiful woman. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's I don't know any other Wonder Woman. It's like all the incarnations of Catwoman. Right?
Well,
There's-
we're going to get
there's-
to Catwoman's
so-
another one we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But right now, this was so. The consensus is Linda Carter was the greatest and the quintessential Wonder Woman.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
And
go with
she
that.
is our puck bunny of the day.
There you go.
And now, just so we are being fair, okay, we have another segment coming up. It's called Zamboni Boy, where we're going to discuss the merits of men. Okay, so that's for you women. You stay tuned.
He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her.
Welcome back, and this is the Zamboni Boy portion of this.
Yeah.
Where we discuss men who we feel are examples of men. Right? You know what I mean? That we can look up to, we can admire, okay? and I chose the very first one to be a part of this, and it's none other than a fella born, he's old, he's born in 1948,
Yep.
March the 20th.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you knew who that might be.
Well, yeah, I think I can. You got it up on the screen, and it's Robert Gordon Orr, and he's greatest of all time, prime on prime as far as I'm concerned, and he's a beauty of a man.
Yeah, you know what?
He's a beauty of a man.
And here's why
He still looks fantastic.
he does. He looks great for not only just for his age, but you know what? But he's a guy who's got a boy next door look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? Why he's the guy on this one, okay, is because he portrayed an image, okay, and because I don't know him, but I from everything that I hear, and I know that you do, okay, but everything I've heard is that he is the man that he portrays himself to be.
Yeah.
And he never got into trouble, didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of grace and composure that he showed in being swindled of,
Yeah.
his life's work and savings.
Yeah.
The amount of Bobby Orr is probably one of the greatest. I mean, forget about hockey players. I think he's a great man.
Yep.
And we should all aspire to be more like Bobby Orr in any aspect of our lives, careers, who we are as a human being. I have a tremendous amount of respect for the image that I know of him, and that's where I'm.
Look, full disclosure, I did not know. You may have told me I'd forgotten that
Yeah.
we were because this is our first.
This is our first Zamboni boy.
Zamboni
That's right.
boy. And I, if you had told me, I'd forgotten we were going with Bobby. So I'm just going to say very quickly, just a few short weeks ago, I emailed him and thanking him for a favor he had done for me. Sent somebody who had lost his wife, 7 kids, and local guy, Kentville guy. His wife died of cancer, and big Bruin fan, big Bobby Orr fan. I asked Bobby to send him a little something. Never bothered Bobby again, never followed up on it or anything. I find out weeks and weeks and weeks later, I'm at a wedding reception out by Kentville. 3 of this man's children were there, and they came up to me and said, Dad got this package from Bobby Orr. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, no, he opened it, he cried, and he's got it framed beside his bed. And, of course, Bobby had sent him some stuff and signed it and everything else. So I sent a note to Bobby, and I said, you know, I've known you for 23 years. I said, I cannot mean this in more of a complimentary way. You are Jean Beliveau. You are everything to the sport on the ice that you were. And off the ice, you are everything to the sport off the ice that
yeah.
Jean was, and that you are. You have done what you do for so many, countless upon countless people is immeasurable.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of a better choice.
Yeah,
For the first,
absolutely. You know
Zamboni
what?
guy to talk about, because he did look like that boy next door.
Oh, absolutely.
When he came into the
And
NHL,
you know, so here-
with the brush cut at 18,
Do you know?
and he was that guy next door from
There's
Perry
a-
Sound.
He was. And you know what? This is a true story, and I don't recall exactly where I read it. Okay, but it's been verified by a number of different people. So it's 1966, roughly 66, 67. Okay, and this single mom takes her son to the Bruins game. Okay, on their way home, they get a flat tire. This young fella comes and changes their tire,
This Bobby.
and it was Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you don't get, like, and no offense to the young guys here, but they're not taught like that anymore.
No.
Do you think Norris or Batherson or any of these guys would do that? I don't think so. They'd be driving by, they go, oh, geez, whatever.
Well, Ray Emery handled it a different way. God rest his soul. But I don't know. So some of those guys, they may surprise you.
You know what? And they may.
They may-
You're right.
they may
And I
surprise
am
you.
always. I always say that hockey players have the most manners of all the professional sports.
I'm
in my
going to be
opinion.
very, very, certainly patriotic here right now, and I'm going to say the overwhelming majority of Canadian-born guys probably would stop.
You may be right. You may
know?
be right. I don't know. I don't get the impression. I
know.
get the impression that they're a little more aloof than.
Well,
than
it's a
these guys
different. It's a
were.
different area. No, there's no doubt about that. I definitely would never say, "Hey, look, you're going to universally get X number of guys in the NHL today who would stop and help somebody with a flat tire, or would go out of their way to do what Bobby has done for the countless number of charities and everything else." Look,
And never in trouble. There's no paternity suits out there. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no, like. I mean, like, I don't know. He literally. That's not to say that he didn't have a few pops and he didn't have fun and he didn't whatever.
No, you
But
can
he
read
never-
Phil Esposito's book, and
Right.
it's out there for public consumption. So what? So the guy was 20, 21, and he's going out having a good time, and all that entails. If you want to know what it was written, read Phil's book. But the point is, he was 20 and
That's
21
right.
and 22.
But he did it with
You know?
class and dignity.
He did it the way that probably most 20 or 21 or 22-year-olds would at that time. But there wasn't anything untoward.
Right.
There wasn't anything illegal. There wasn't
No,
any.
exactly.
There wasn't anything in that made him front page news saying this happened or this arrest.
That's right.
Or that sort of
Exactly.
thing. So
Anyway, you know what?
great choice.
To the greatest hockey player ever, and in my opinion, a great role model for people around the world, male, female, adult, and children. Bobby Orr is our very first inaugural, I guess you would call it, Zamboni boy.
Couldn't pick a better one. Love it.
Hello, Canada.
Lafleur coming out rather gingerly. Back to Lafleur.
Shoots. He scores!
This week in hockey history.
Hey, and welcome to This Week in Hockey History. I'm here with Liam McGuire. Liam, this is the week of October, I'm going to say 9th to 15th.
Correct,
Okay?
Chris.
It is. All right. Sorry, different segment. That's the Ask Liam segment.
Oh, fuck.
So, the 9th to the 15th. Anything happen in hockey history?
Not a damn thing. Chris.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what? I love what we're doing, but it's interesting, right? Because we're taking these 7-day segments, running with our show, which is weekly, and I have to try and regurgitate something for you that I think is very unique that happened in that time period. And
That's
I think,
right.
I think I got a good one for you
Okay, all right.
to kick off here. So, Wayne Gretzky.
Heard of him?
Heard of that guy?
Yeah, heard of him. Yeah.
All right. So, if you play in the NHL long enough, you will score a goal. You will have undoubtedly your first goal. So, on October 14th, to fall in our
14th,
time frame,
yeah, it is, yeah.
1979, Wayne Gretzky scored his first goal in the NHL. He was playing for the Edmonton Oilers. He scored it against the Vancouver Canucks. The goaltender was Glenn Hanlon. It was assisted by Brett Callaghan and Blair McDonald. Easy for me to say. And the important thing here to remember is the time of the goal. It was the 1851 mark of the third period. Okay?
Oh, okay. Well, I know the number now.
You got the number.
I got the number.
1851. Okay? Now, 10 years.
I got goosebumps.
This is crazy.
It is.
10 years and 1 day later, October 15th, 1989, Wayne Gretzky scores the goal that makes him the all-time NHL career point leader. He's now playing for the Los Angeles Kings. He's playing against his old team,
Okay.
the Edmonton Oilers, and that goal gave Wayne career point number 1,851.
51. Right.
To give him one more point than Gordie Howe,
Gordie Howe.
at that time,
Yeah.
which, as I just said, is the time of his first
Yeah.
goal, 10 year and 1 day, one day earlier.
Really?
So I think that's one of the more interesting anecdotes.
I think that's
in
absolutely.
NHL history.
I thought you were going to go with the. It was at this month, this week in 1982 that I got cut.
Oh, right. I mean, that's the fortunes of the
That's
Sudbury
right.
Wolf franchise changed forever.
Oh, absolutely.
when Chris got cut.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's and I've been half cut since.
You know what? I'm trying to stay
all right,
full cut.
that is this week in hockey history. Hey folks, welcome to our segment called Ask Liam. And this is where folks write in, give us a question to ask Liam, things that they either want to know, try to stump him with, stuff like that. And anecdotally, Liam and I first met at the Original Six
Yeah.
when you'd get a pitcher of beer if you could stump Liam McGuire.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
And we'll tell that story at another time.
Yeah.
But let's suffice to say it was everyone's goal to knock him off his little pedestal
Right.
and get a free pitcher
And
of
I
beer.
wanted to give pictures of beer.
And he did. Like as a matter of fact, he would give a pitcher of beer and then sit down and drink half of it himself.
That's true.
So it wasn't really giving people a pitcher.
It was
of beer.
the greatest job I ever had.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, and it's it was like the fat guy who owned the donut shop. It didn't last long.
Right. Yeah, true. 3 years.
No, I know.
over to her.
There were other circumstances. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
But
that's okay.
But okay, so we're gonna do this. So we have questions that people wrote in last year,
Right.
asking things and stuff like that. So what I've done is collect them. Now Liam has not seen these questions yet. Okay, so if he doesn't get them, I get a pitcher of beer.
Hey.
Okay, so so Liam, with the NHL season starting. Okay,
Yes.
First of all, the person was wanting to know what you thought about who was going to do well out of the gate, but
Yeah.
wanted to know who has done the best out of the gate in NHL history.
Yeah. I like this one.
Do you?
I do because there's usually the playoff races in late March and early April, the last 8 or 10 years. Well, really since the full season lockout, when the
Right.
rules changed,
Okay.
no red line, they brought in the shootout, and games, whether you're a fan or not of the shootout,
Yeah.
whether you're a fan or not of the 3-point game,
Right.
it's changed the schematics in terms of how teams need to bank points. You're told all the time, just bank those points, bank those points.
Yeah.
And as a result, the Chicago Blackhawks, who have been one of the modern dynasties, I think that's fair to say.
I mean,
3 Stanley Cups in
they've
what?
been, I don't know if you know, but they've been in the news lately.
They have been. They have been. And thankfully, lately, it's been because of Connor Bedard.
Exactly. It's been more positive
Yeah,
lately.
more positive
Yeah.
than not. At the time, and the streak that I'm about to talk about, thanks to the question here, is held by the Chicago Blackhawks, who actually broke the record and set the record in a season in which they did win the Stanley Cup. So I think that's
Okay.
significant as well. It was in 2012, 2013, and the Blackhawks started the season with 24 consecutive games with at least 1 point. They did not lose in regulation
Okay.
until their 25th game of the season. That's crazy. They went 21, 1, and 3.
And that's that. And
believe
so,
it
that
was.
so That's
21-3.
See, I didn't know.
21-3.
I didn't know that answer because you know what I was thinking. I always thought it was the Montreal Canadiens in like 1976.
Yeah.
Had the best season ever. I thought.
77.
Or
76, 77, they only lost 8 times.
Right.
But, of course, in those days, with no regulation overtime,
Yeah.
so, you know, you didn't have, now that wouldn't have mattered because a loss is a loss. If they would have had a tie, their streak could have
That's
continued.
right. That's
so
right.
your point's well taken. In fact, they were the benchmark, I believe, that Chicago broke.
Okay.
Was Montreal's record. Surprisingly though, Chris, they broke it by like the next team down are your Habs and your Philadelphia Flyers.
Right. Okay. That would have been 75.
74, 75, I
yeah,
believe,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is a
right.
season or two before Montreal
Yeah.
did the record. They were like 18 and 17
Yeah.
games in a row from the start, picking up points. I mean, Chicago shattered that.
Yeah.
They shattered it. And, you know, Chicago went more than a year without losing in regulation on the road.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. They were that good.
So they were the Mr. October of Chicago. They were they were the Brian Savage.
They were the Brian Savage.
Savage.
Yeah. You love the Northern Ontario guys, eh?
I love the Northern Ontario guys.
Yeah.
Savvy would come out. Like,
Nobody had a
guns
better
blazing.
October.
Oh my God! Guns
10 years
blazing.
in the NHL,
Yeah.
the guy'd score all his goals in the month of October, basically
Yeah.
signed his contracts because of those.
Yeah.
And just unfortunately never finished quite as strong.
Yeah, like, you
But,
know what? I met him a few times. Like he's
Guy
young,
can golf
he's younger than
apparently,
me.
eh?
He's
like a scratch.
Oh yeah, no, he had a golf scholarship. He had a choice between hockey and golf.
Yeah.
And he chose hockey.
There you go.
Okay. But you know, so I've met him through friends. Okay.
Yeah.
He's younger than me, but I've met him a couple of times. Very nice guy. Like you know what? And great hair. That's the one
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
I used to bug him about. That's what when I met him. I was like, really? How can you have hair like that and say you're from Sudbury? Like it's just not right. But yeah, and but he's I don't know where he is now, but he was really tight with some comics from Montreal, like that I knew.
Angelo?
No, Angelo's an Ottawa guy, but no,
Okay.
Joey Elias. And those
Joey
guys.
Elias. Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's I met him through them and at a golf thing. But yeah, he was apparently a great golfer.
Well, Mr. October is always going to be Reggie Jackson. I mean, let's be honest. That's the phrase was coined for him, and I think he earned it and deserved it. And I know lots of other guys have come on.
Now, what sport did he play? Yeah.
We can digress.
Yes, I know.
Occasionally from
It's
hockey. I mean,
well,
right?
you know what?
Those Yankee teams and those Oakland A teams. I mean, but I mean, he got his rep playing
For the Yankees. Oh yeah, that was definitely
those
for
homers
sure.
that he hit will stand the test of time forever. Mind you, that was at their most critical time of the year, whereas October and November, you typically would not think so. However, my point in all this being,
I was a great ball player in December.
were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. It's a good time of year to be
Yeah,
outside.
sadly, no one was playing.
No, you're just bouncing it off the wall.
That's right, exactly.
You're one of
Just
those kids that used
yeah,
to throw it off
tennis
the wall.
ball.
Yeah,
Tennis ball
the
off
tennis
the
ball.
wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had a really good breaking pitch with that tennis
Oh,
ball.
I bet. You fire that curveball in there, man. It's a Bruce Springsteen song. There, glory days.
All right. Well, that was our Ask Liam segment. Now, if you have a question that you'd like to send in to us, you can email it to us at offsidewithhosmcguire@gmail.com. And then right now it should be flashing on the screen once we put the edit thing in. So offsidewithhosmcguire@gmail.com. Send us your questions. I'm Chris Haas.
I'm Liam McGuire. Get it.
Okay, we're back. Just hang on. So, Kristen brought us a sandwich. Did you eat?
No.
I'm gonna have a bite.
You, man.
She brought us some grilled cheese sandwiches.
Okay.
You know, because this is very hard work.
Well, we gotta eat.
And you can't just drink the whole time.
Although you can.
Well, it's actually the first time I think the first time I've ever seen you eat anything. I've known him about 27 years,
I remember I ate that one time.
and I've never seen him.
Yeah.
You know, but okay. A lot of things happened this summer. So, Reader's Digest condensed version. What did you do over the summer?
Golfed at Rideau, obviously. Greatest track. Brought you out there.
I was there. Yeah. I filled in for who did I fill in for?
You
Tell them
filled
who I
in
filled
for Serge Savard.
That's right.
Brought you and Andy Oliver out on day 2 of our incredibly successful member guest. We had Serge Savard and his son out on the Thursday, and I'm on the committee for the member guests, so I'm very, very proud of the 48 hours that we put together for our members. We hit an absolute home run. We set records for participation, for sponsorship, the whole 9 yards. Obviously, with 2 fantastic days weather-wise.
Yep.
I'll put our food up against anybody's in the country for the 2-day event that we host there. You were party to it on the Friday and got a sense of it, of just how absolutely incredible it's done.
I want to be a member of the club, but I don't want to be a member of any club without having me as a member, as Groucho Marx used to say.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
No, it's a wonderful club. The clubhouse is great. The layout, the restaurant, the bar in the back.
Yeah,
the people, you know what I mean? Literally, great spot. I love the chairs in the front with the fire thing.
Yeah, the fire
you know
pits
what I mean?
and our patio overlooks our 18th green.
Oh,
We just had our bunkers all redone this year, a bunker restoration program. Better Bunker Billy, I think it's called, or Better Billy Bunkers or something is the acronym. I forget exactly what it is, but it's
a BBB.
It's a BBB, and it's quite
You know how
spectacular.
you pronounce that, right?
How do you pronounce it?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so mature.
That's good. I walked right into that one. one.
Uh,
I didn't do much else, man. I mean, I was taking care of my mom.
Yeah, I know.
That was...
you have your mom settled now.
I got my mom settled in Shannon, Quebec, just northwest of Quebec City, in a beautiful little home there. And, boy, it's just... Everything was just a lot of work, and I golfed when I can. I didn't golf as much as I normally did, but had it going there for a few weeks. I kind of fell off the rails there the last 6 or 8 weeks, but free to use my life and gigs. Chris, I speak at events, and that's a big part of what I do and continue to do and have done for over 40 years. So continue to do that, brother, and and stayed in touch with you as we discussed putting this back together. So that was a blast, and between my mom and golf and gigs and sliding down the odd pint, that was pretty much my summer. How about you?
My summer was busy. You know it was busy.
I know you were.
I was hustling around. I was out. I had the opportunity. I play. You know this.
You do the Hickory.
I play Hickory golf, right?
Yeah.
And so I had the opportunity to go to. I went to the U.S. Hickory Open in Inwood, New York, right at JFK Airport, right across. This is the course that Bobby Jones won his first U.S. Open at.
Okay.
And it was the 100th anniversary of it.
Oh wow.
So it was a big to do.
Yeah.
Right. And also another nice course. But you know what? Way better than that. Okay. And not to take away from it, I was out in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Okay. At the Legend golf course out there, and they were hosting the Canadian Hickory Championship. And just so you know, I didn't win.
No.
Okay. No. But you know what?
Proline had you as a favorite, I thought.
They had me at something, But the most amazing time and the most amazing hosts and guests and the people who were there and the people of Edmonton. You know what? I got to tell you, and I'm a guy from Ottawa. So you go out west and you say you're from Ottawa. First thing I want to do is stab you, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But they're not like that.
Yeah.
They were amazing, awesome people. I got to be with Tom Wilkinson.
Really?
Yeah, you know the quarterback?
Yes, of course.
Tom Wilkinson. Ernie Afghanis.
Yeah.
Ernie Afghanis said, Chris, when can I be on offside?
I bet he did. Yeah.
And I said, listen, Ernie, back off, buddy. Okay?
Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah.
He's trying
First
to get
Bobby
back.
Orr and then you.
He's trying to get back into media, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it's not going to work.
Can't blame him.
But we had a tremendous time.
Yeah.
It was the hospitality was fantastic. The course was good. The people were great. And anyway, so I did a lot of traveling with golf.
Yeah.
Right. And and that was about it. Like basically, other than that, what the hell else did I do? I was in Ireland again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
go to
you do
Ireland
a lot of traveling.
I do the Ireland thing a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's what I do is I wait for things to cool down here. I go to Ireland, wait for the situation to cool down,
Yeah.
and I come back.
Smart.
Yeah, exactly. A lot like they did that.
SMRT.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that was about it for me, and we but then now we're on and then planned the hockey pool
Yeah.
and the trip
Yes.
to Ireland, which
Yeah.
is going to be only one word will describe this: epic.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
Now this trip we're going to Northern Ireland.
We're going to Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, like we kind of have to fly into Dublin because nobody flies to Belfast, really.
Right.
Not from Canada.
No.
Air Canada doesn't fly anywhere, to be honest with
No, they don't.
Like,
no.
you
You,
out of Ottawa?
book flights, but then they all get
you. They
canceled.
say, and then if you want to take, I have a whole bunch of airplane points. I try to use my airplane points. First
Yeah.
of all, they have sliced them. Used to, you could go anywhere in North America.
Yeah.
25,000 points return. You can't get to Toronto on 25,000 points.
That's
now.
ridiculous.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you want to take a flight to Toronto, you got to go through Sudbury and Winnipeg to get there.
Yeah.
Because they don't fly. No, Ottawa, you can't go anywhere from Ottawa. It's the national capital of a G7 country, Trudeau. Make sure the friggin' airlines like treat it like that. God damn it.
Well,
It's upsetting. Sorry, did I ruin everything?
no, that was
No.
absolutely perfectly well said.
You know,
I totally agree with you. That's a whole other sidebar story. But the flights in Canada right now, it's just boy oh boy, tough to get around.
Yeah.
But no, I know you did some traveling. I know
Yeah.
you got back to Ireland, and I'm so excited to have this as a first prize. I'm hoping some people see this. We're able to get a few more entries in. But just massive thanks to Rod Brown. Hosey and
from Hosey Brown.
I mean,
yeah.
stepping up, and we've got a couple other sponsors that are.
You'll see them in the segments. They're sponsoring segments of the show, and we have.
we hope to have some announcements in the next 2-3 shows of some other people that are going to come on board and jump in with us. And but Rod, once again, my high school buddy from Pius.
Oh, I didn't know that he was
Yeah.
a high school. Yeah,
we
really?
met 50 years ago this fall.
Really?
50 years ago this fall in grade 9, and he left after grade 12. Actually, when his dad had started Hosey and Brown.
Okay.
And he went to work with his father, so he didn't do grade 13. I did, and we kind of fell out of touch after his wedding, and then just got back in touch in the late 80s, early 90s, and we've
Just so you know,
just,
the late '80s is like a long time ago too.
it is a long time. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
when you say you didn't keep in touch for there was a very brief period, and then so for the most part you kept in touch.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's been a good run, and here's a guy just jumping in and helping us out and sponsoring, and I mean they've got a phenomenal automotive business anyway for parts. I mean,
I take my cars to Stagra here in Green.
which they use
Right, and absolutely,
they're big time
absolutely
AC Delco people.
And you know what? And I will tell you this. So I'm going to tell a story. Okay, my mother-in-law. Okay, she's 81.
Yeah.
Okay, now she has a Honda CRV.
Okay.
Okay, so and it's older. Okay,
Yeah.
but she's 81, and she drives literally to Quilting and back,
Right.
and whatever. Like, she doesn't use it very much, but so take it in, and they go, oh, you got to do this. That she needed new brakes. Okay, you got to do this, and that this is the dealership. They racked up a $5,000 bill of what, and I said, whoa, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
And I said, she doesn't need these things done. She's 80. She's going to be driving for a few years at best. She needs her brakes done. She needs the car safe. What is it that this car needs? Okay. Anyway, so I lost my mind. I take it to Stagra.
Yeah.
Okay. $800. And everything, And this is the difference between honesty.
Great family there, by the way.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, absolutely.
Top drawer.
Yeah.
Top drawer garage.
So, yeah. The Graham and Stacy families.
Yeah.
I guess you would say it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So John, Stacy, and
Yeah.
Graham. What's
Name escapes.
oh my
me
God!
right
Yeah,
now,
my mind.
but,
You know what? I'm
can't-
sorry.
can't
But I
think of it,
take
but
take
I've
all
been-
my
I've
cars.
been there many
I take
times,
all
so-
my cars, even my
Yeah.
classics, because they actually do. They know they were around.
They actually work on.
They work on
classics
my
are one of their
yeah,
things.
it's one of their things, and
Yeah.
and you know what? So like, they tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right, and they don't want to overcharge you for things. Their business is built on trust.
Yeah.
And likely or like that, I guess, is the same with, and they work almost exclusively with Hosey Brown.
Yeah.
I know that. I know,
Yeah.
like, and I see guys from there like
Yeah.
delivering all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
I'm
So-
plugging people just for no reason.
Hey,
but,
hey, you know what? I don't think we could ever do it enough for Hosey for coming in. So,
Yeah.
as a result, the trip is 1,000% confirmed, and
Yeah.
somebody is going to win this. It's just remarkable to me. There's multiple thousands of dollars to go, and they're going to be able to come on this trip
Yeah.
by winning a hockey pool.
I know.
I think it's just phenomenal. There's not another pool in North America, to my knowledge, that's offering anywhere near close to this for a first prize. So if you're watching this, go on. Where can we send them to?
Well, you go to our website.
Go to the website.
Yeah, it's actually, if you the website is at theflatbedtonight.com,
Right.
but it splits. Okay, but if you look up Offside with Hawes and McGuire, it'll take you there.
Yeah.
Right. If you can do that, it'll take you right there. And we are having technical difficulties with the website revamp, I guess you would call it. But we're trying, and let's face it, we'll
get there.
We're not techies.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not we're not website builders, stuff like that, and we don't have the budget of a large corporation.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We're not CBC, for Christ's sake.
No.
You know.
Do they have a budget?
Oh, are you kidding? They got all of our budget. All of our money is their budget.
Okay.
Okay. I like CBC as a general rule. I think it's great. What's your favorite show on CBC? Let me ask you.
Well,
other than Hockey Night in Canada,
yeah.
which is not really on CBC anymore.
No. Well, it airs on
CBC.
in part on CBC, but that's owned by Rogers.
That's right.
And
so, what's your favorite CBC show? Do you have any?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
I like Murdoch Mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. And
I don't watch anything
No?
other than sports and
Yeah.
hockey.
Hockey's a sport, just so you know.
Yeah. Sports, but
We
specifically
watch
hockey.
the Murdoch Mysteries.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I think my wife has a thing for Murdoch. That's probably why we
okay.
watch it.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It's good. Good casual Canadian watching.
Yeah.
Right. And the only thing is that I noticed that Toronto, dangerous place in the early 1900s.
Really?
There was a murder a week.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's so crazy.
Who
it's
knew?
it's it's not the gangs or anything like that. It's always someone different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My money's on the kooky inventor. Okay?
Oh, yeah?
Anyways.
Yeah. Is that
so
in the,
we
in the powder room with the candlestick there, like Clue or something?
Exactly.
Or?
Mr. Green.
Yeah, Mr. Green. Yeah.
So we digress. We went
Yeah.
off on a tangent there.
Yeah.
We were talking about this season, and
Yeah.
we're going to wrap this up because this is going to be wrapping up this whole episode.
Okay. Yeah.
So games are starting this week. This is it.
Right.
This is the big kicking
Can't
off
wait.
the season.
Can't
okay?
wait.
We get to see whether
Connor Bedard.
he actually has the mojo.
Yeah.
Right.
Gonna be fun to see.
I mean, we've seen some highlights of preseason with him.
Yeah.
That were
all the rookie stuff right through preseason. Everything, he looks like the real deal.
Yeah.
And it's of course, that's all a dress rehearsal for playing
Wow, this is the thing.
when there's 2 points on the line. And when he's opening in Pittsburgh against his childhood idol Sidney Crosby, they'll be doing something there. I'm sure if not minimally, they'll have them on the opening face-off. But it's must-watch TV. It's one of
absolutely.
3 games on the first night.
Yeah.
All 7 Canadian teams are playing on the second night. And you got some great matchups, Montreal and Toronto, which will be the 4th year in a row that's happened. You got Edmonton, Vancouver, I believe. Anyway, all of them are playing. Ottawa's in Carolina.
Yeah.
That's
a great matchup.
Well, it'd be fun to watch because the Sens are one of the teams that a lot of people are picking not only make the playoffs, but to have maybe
A run?
Well, not just that, but I mean just. I'll just quote Craig Button, who thinks that Ottawa this year could be last year's New Jersey Devils, who had one of the biggest point improvements in NHL history.
Oh.
Now, having said that, it looks like the Senators are going to have to open one man down because of Norris' injury, Pinto not signed, and McEwen hurt. So they're going to be dressing 17 skaters, it looks like, Chris,
Right.
on opening night. We'll find out more as we get closer to the game.
Now, let me ask you this, okay? And I know I on that same top. Do you think we've actually solved our goaltending thing? And when I say solved, you know what? I have to understand. Anderson was a great goaltender.
Yeah.
And we had some great goaltenders. So it's not like
Absolutely.
we have been without goaltenders. It's not like we're the Leafs, okay?
No.
But do you think that with Korpisalo or however we pronounce his name, I have a hard time.
Korpisalo, yeah, I think you got it close enough. Korpisalo, I believe, is how you say it. I mean, they're banking on him. They brought him in to be the number one.
And he's played well in the preseason.
Preseason, he's played well. Both goaltenders actually have looked very, very good in the preseason. But not just that. It's not that they've looked good, and they have. there was a preseason game against Pittsburgh. They gave up 40 shots. I'm not sure how many were high danger scoring chances because the defense has been outstanding when they've been together. They've had some games. Ironically, both games they played Montreal. They dressed the American Hockey League lineup. But in the other games where they dressed most of their regulars, to me, the Senators have looked as good as I've seen them in 20 years. Now, that's with 18 skaters, and you're still playing teams that aren't, using everybody as well. But I expect the Ottawa Senators to not only make the playoffs this year, but make it comfortably. In fact, I'm predicting they're in the top 3. I think they're top 3 in the Atlantic Division this year, saying, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm saying that already understanding that they're opening in a place where they traditionally don't win, and they're opening with less than a full complement of players.
Right.
Which is less than what anybody, this is not an ideal scenario for a starting opportunity. Having said that, I'm really, really bullish on the Sens this year, and I know I'm not alone. Most hockey people are that are calling the league this year or making predictions on the league this year, saying Ottawa is going to be one of the better teams, and I think they will. I think the Sabres will be right there with them. It's just going to be phenomenal to watch. So we'll see.
All right, let's take care, and we'll catch those games. Right?
Let's catch those games. Yeah.
All right. This has been Offside with Haas and McGuire. I am Haas.
I'm McGuire. Get it.